So you want a job that offers a high salary, awesome perks, unlimited PTO, and is also remote? Well, to get a normal coding job, you need to be a normal engineer. But to get a great coding job that offers all of the perks that were just mentioned, you need to be a great software engineer. And this is where the question lies. What makes someone a great engineer? Hey friends, I am Eric. I am an instructor, software engineer, and a cloud enthusiast. I'll be sharing 7 actionable tips that you can apply today to become a great software engineer. Starting with tip number 1, which is creating a horizon goal. As a software engineer, creating a horizon goal means creating a goal that is in the future, that's just over the horizon. Some top software horizon goals can be how to become an expert in a specific domain, maybe creating a strong network, contributing to top open source projects, potentially even innovating the world or create a book or create a course. But ultimately, it can be whatever you want to become in the future. For example, a horizon goal for myself is to become a better storyteller. Now, before you start saying, what the heck does that have to do with software? Let me explain myself. Storytelling is a specific goal for me for a few reasons. One, as many as you know, I create a bunch of content. I create these YouTube videos, I create LinkedIn and Twitter, and I also have multiple best-selling software development courses. But all of these need deep stories to keep everyone learning and entertained. Storytelling is great when dealing with soft skills, which we may be discussing later on in the video. So my goal for you is to find your horizon goal. This will ultimately be your North Star that you follow. Everything you work on can somehow align with your horizon goal of who you ultimately want to become in the future. Now, once you find your horizon goal, write it down and keep it close by so you always have a continuous reminder of where you want to be in the future. Now, number 2 is to learn and adapt new technologies. In the ever-changing landscape of technology, staying relevant means being adaptable, keeping an eye on emerging technologies and frameworks that allow you to become a better software engineer. Whether this is a new revolutionary software tool or an innovative development practice, make it a habit to try and learn and adapt where possible. For example, implementing ChatGPT into your daily workflow helps with both of these points because AI is innovative and it's a revolutionary tool. We also have GitHub Copilot, Google Gemini, Claude, Amazon Code Whisper, and now Twitter or X's Grok. Haven't used that one yet. I'm not even really sure what the company's name is, but that is also one that is starting to get more popular. I would want to leverage each of these tools to benefit myself as much as possible. The definition of leverage is to use something to the maximum advantage. And I would be doing that with all of these AI tools, leveraging and using them to give myself a competitive advantage. Now, tip number 3 is the 100-year self-reflection. Imagine looking back at your career from 100 years in the future. What would you like to see? This kind of long-term reflection can help you understand your career goals and the kind of legacy you want to leave behind in the software engineering field. It encourages you to think outside the box and work toward big, meaningful, long-lasting contributions. Let's say it's 100 years from now and you're looking back, what kind of things would make you proud? Maybe you created a super popular app that everyone uses, or you helped create an extremely famous video game, or even perhaps you worked on software that helped doctors and teachers or scientists benefit humanity. When you think like this, you start to see the big picture. It's not just about the small day-to-day stuff. It's really about the big goals that you want to reach. This kind of thinking helps you set important goals. It makes you want to do work that means a lot, work that people will remember and that will really make a difference in the world. So when you think about your 100-year self-reflection, it's about dreaming big and setting goals that aren't just about right now, but long into the future. And it's on par with the horizon goal that we spoke about as step 1. Now, number 4 is to master core programming concepts. Staying up to date with the latest trends is cool, but it's just as important to really understand the basic stuff about programming. Think of these basic things as the building blocks for all the big and complicated apps you'll build in the future. These core programming basics include really like 3 subcategories, which one is data structures, which are the different ways of organizing and storing information on your computer and that can be used efficiently. Number 2 are the algorithms, which are step-by-step instructions or recipes that tell your computer exactly how to solve certain problems. And then there's really number 3, which is system design, which is like making a blueprint before building a house. It involves planning how the software will work and how different parts will connect with each other. All of these basic parts are super important because they are the foundation of everything you'll do in software engineering. When you understand these well, you'll be able to solve all kinds of problems and build really cool and complex pieces of software. Now, number 5 is continuous learning and self-improvement. Feel field of software engineering is one where lifelong learning is not just beneficial, but it's absolutely necessary. It's not just something that's nice, but something you really need to do. Continuous learning means you're always trying to know more and get better at software development. There are multiple of different areas for continued learning, which includes, like college and university, boot camps, online tutorials, courses, articles, and really my favorite, which is books. The key thing about continuous learning and self-improvement is that it's all about wanting to get better and knowing more. And you're not trying to get better just for a short term, but really for your whole life. And one of the biggest things is to remember software engineering is a marathon where it's compound interest every single day, and you're really trying to become a better software engineer every single day as well. Now, tip number 6 is soft skills, and I told you we'd come back to this, but soft skills such as communication, teamwork, empathy, and time management are invaluable. As a software engineer, you'll need to be able to collaborate with others, explain complex concepts to non-technical team members, and understand user needs. Developing these skills can significantly enhance your professional relationships and your ability to work effectively in a team. Communication is really important, and it's not just about talking and sharing information. It's also about making sure you explain things in a way that everyone can understand. And that's really the key, is can they understand what you mean by your technical input, even if they may not be technical themselves? To be able to do this, be able to explain technical concepts to people that are not technical, this means you need to speak clearly, write things down in a simple way, or be good at explaining your ideas when in a meeting. Being good at communication means there's less chance of people getting confused, and it helps everyone just work together better. Teamwork is super important. When you're building software, you usually don't want to do it all by yourself. You work with a team where everyone has different skills and ideas. Being good at teamwork means you listen to others, accept their suggestions, and work well together. It's almost like understanding what each person is good at and helping each other reach their goals. And now, being a great team member also means having empathy. This means trying to understand what the people who use your software need and want. You try to think like them and see their point of view. When you do this, you can make software where people will really find it useful and easy to use, and they'll like it even more. Now, number 7, which is understanding software development methodologies. Understanding various software development methodologies like Agile, Scrum, Kanban is pretty much absolutely critical if you're working on a team. These methodologies are not just about managing projects, but they're also about fostering a productive environment, managing time effectively, while improving the quality of the software. You'll really want to familiarize yourself with these methodologies. Why? Because as a great software engineer, you are the communication point from project managers to developers. Some people like to call this area the tech lead or staff engineer, but all great software engineers need to know how to structure a successful software project and be able to communicate effectively about each step of the process. Just remember, only you can make yourself better each day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.